stand in the light and be seen as we are.
What's up, Best Fans? I'm Sharon Bhella, hanging out today with Jordan Smith, Season 9 winner of The Voice.
Jordan Smith, Team Adam! Congratulations, and a big hand!
Now, you've had tons of success recently, and you have a new album coming out, recently engaged. Can you tell us a little bit about what's coming up in the near future for you?
Hearing you say all that, it reminds me just how crazy life's been over the past couple of months. Everything's just been a whirlwind, you know. Like you said, I've just finished my first album. I'm engaged now. I'm going to be getting married this year, probably this summer, and the album is coming out this week. So everything's just kind of picking up. I'm doing lots of press and promotion, and then getting around and singing lots of places. It's been really fun so far.
Yeah, you're like one of the show's best-selling artists, which is so exciting. And you picked Team Adam during your time on the show. What made you pick Team Adam?
Yeah, I did. You know, when you're right there in that moment, it's pretty hard to make that decision. And I went through a process in my mind where I almost picked each coach at a certain point. Like, first, Pharrell said something, and I was like, ooh, maybe I want to pick Pharrell. And then Gwen was like, oh, but what about this? And I was like, maybe I'm going to pick Gwen. But in the end, I just felt a connection with Adam, just even from being on the stage for a few minutes as I had been. And I knew that if I automatically felt that connection, that we would be able to work well together and be able to cultivate a good working relationship. And so I picked to be on his team, and then it just kept working out week after week. And we had a really great time working together. I really enjoyed it. I think he did too.
Can you share any like cool stories that maybe we didn't see on the show about working with Adam?
Yeah, let's see. He's really funny. We had a lot of fun, but he also is really involved in the process, and he wants to do what's best for his artists. And there was one week that he had given me a song, and then he had given Amy, who was also on his team, another contestant, another song, and he brought us in. We were about to go into rehearsal with him. He brought us in his green room area, his dressing room area, and he sat us down and he said, okay, Jordan, I want you to sing Amy's song, and Amy, I want you to sing Jordan's song. And this was like 10 minutes before we had rehearsal on camera, and I'd never heard the song before. So I ran out into the hall, and I don't even remember what song it was now, but I ran out into the hall, and I was listening to it and reading the words and trying to learn it pretty quickly. And then we got in, and he said, I changed my mind, let's take it back to normal. And so and I ended up changing again that week. So he really was sure to try and make the best decision for us, even if it wasn't always the easiest thing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and your audition, I mean, it was amazing. It made me tear up, made my mom tear up, and I saw that Gwen Stefani, she like jumped out of her chair at the end of it, gave you a hug. Your music really makes your fans very emotional, and they love your music. So I want to know, how do you stay so calm? Because you bring a lot of calmness to the stage when you're singing, and even when I listen to your music in the car, your voice is just so calming and so nice. Like,
yeah, it's definitely like an ongoing thing. I think that the biggest part of it for me is just being prepared. I find that when I feel prepared and I've put in the adequate amount of work and I've put in the time and everything, once you get to stage, that's the payoff. Like, that's what you've worked really hard for, and you're ready. You're not going to have any surprises or anything like that. And so I just made sure to work really hard each week in my rehearsals and you know, in my own practice time and my personal time, just to work really hard to make sure I knew what I was doing and I was ready. And then when I got on the stage, it was just a matter of doing what I'd done so many times before that week, just in front of millions of people. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I love music, and it's a big part of me. And so I guess that I just feel comfortable sharing that with everyone. Yeah.
We can never give enough. This is who I am inside.